So a power of 16 or something dreadful like that. Is that correct for Skava? 15? Oop.
I cast 2 spells last session. I'm down to 11 unless the time warp is helping me there.
Ooh, just how bad can... No, subjective time has not changed, so that's too bad.
I thought so,
Okay,
so
right.
I'm down to 11.
Right. Well,
Welcome.
still with a roll of 71, that means that the effect of one of them fails against you. And so then to Urko, what is your power? 12 or something?
14.
14. This will fail against you as well, barely. A 14 against a 14 against a 10 or a 10 against a 14 is going to need a 30, and it rolls a 41. And so then for Zort, who I believe has a power of 10, correct?
Currently a power of 7,
Ooh,
as he has used a
okay,
power.
65 or less. Okay.
Yep.
And yet, you are all extremely lucky with a roll of 94.
Oh.
So, and then coming in on Ikindu.
I have 13, but I don't remember if I used any spells.
I think you are probably safe in that regard. So,
Okay.
However, in this case, they have a 60% chance. 13, did you say? No, I'm not. My brain is completely falling apart. No, it will be 35, I think. So it's 13, 10 against a 13. So yes, 35. However, this one rolls a 20. And when I say one, that's not really fair. You will notice that only one attack is coming after you each, even though there are 6 or 7 of these things. That's because the attack is collective. So each of you is experiencing a single attack. So in mechanical terms. Now, so that means that it is Kindu who is at this point kind of affected. The effect is to hit you with this mental connection. All right. Excuse me. So you are hit with this mental connection, and the kind of history of Zhong sort of unfolds in front of your eyes. And there are several things that happen. First of all, your understanding of that language increases by 10% right here and right now. And for another is that you have realized that what he said is right, what they said is right, but something else is happening. You're experiencing what Zhong is experiencing, and is shouting, is crying out in fear because to her she is losing. So both of them are convinced that the other one is winning. And that's something that you, Ikindu, can see, or better yet, can realize from your unique perspective into Zhong's mind right now.
Okay.
So the question, though, is they have opened up a path for you to throw power into Zhong. They have opened up this channel for you to throw your power into aiding him.
Before I do that, would it be a good idea to cast Detect Trap?
Well, that's exactly the kind of question that I never answer.
Okay. Before I'll send some of my power towards him, I'll use a Detect Trap.
You will. Okay. So that will put you spelling. You have to get the spell ready, and it only is 1 power, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so okay. Now, Urko, You are the one who we have kind of left out a little bit. You are the one who comes in next. Oh, and also, Nate, just to go backwards for a second,
Yep.
I assume that you were moving your creature into the advantageous position that we were talking about. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's actually going to take a few strike ranks, and I have put you here. Okay. Sword, I can do. Skava is just plain ready. And Urko is currently active.
Is this the spell that's active now?
You can, right now, if you spend the power, it will occur.
Okay. Did we notice that the Kindu got hit by the spell?
Yes, correct.
Okay, so while I have it ready, let's
Let's.
throw it at him then.
Perfect. Okay, so go ahead and roll. And you have your power, and you are going against their power, which is currently 9. And so you have your 13, I believe, against the 9. So that is 70 or less.
46.
Okay, there you go. Check your power. Remember, it's not guaranteed for it to go up, but you have a chance to initiate that little ritual at the end. And so then you will be, the effect is quite sudden. Ikindu, you are thinking to yourself, well, I could throw some power into Zhong, and then the connection is broken by Urko's spell.
Is my other spell also broken?
No,
Detect.
no, it's
Okay.
not. That spell has not occurred yet. You are just busy getting that one ready. Okay. And so, Urko, so Sandro, to give me an idea, what are you doing next?
I don't know really. Well, if nothing is attacking, and I will just get myself ready if there is an attack.
Okay. Right. So excellent. So let's put that's just 5 to get ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. Okay, that makes perfectly good sense. Now, Zort, you have just come into position, and it is a useful moment for you to do that, because as you have proceeded, and now you are in fairly easy visual distance of and Zhong, and as you have gotten closer to them, they have drawn closer to each other. And at this point, that same effects that I'm talking about, I'm getting very trippy here, but just think of the kind of liquid visual effects on a hippie rock poster about the way that their forms are flowing into one another and back again in separate sections. So that's how that works. And so, but you are now in their general area, not close enough to touch or shoot at them yet, but in their general area. So you may be a little bit focused on what is going on immediately. There is something that is happening in the environment that I could explain to you, but the most obvious version of that is the change in form of these creatures. They are all bigger. They have all become bigger, and they have lost Zort's face. So now they have their extended beak, in which you can see teeth that seem to be quite good at seizing prey that doesn't want to be seized, and with their kind of large eyes in these creatures. So they are bigger, and they are less diseased looking, and they are more animalistic. And one of them even just opens its beak and screams in a
That doesn't
really,
seem
really,
too
really cool Jurassic Park kind of way.
It doesn't seem too friendly, even though. Shite.
Talk, I'll shoot.
well, Zork, it's your turn. What will you do? You're in position to attack. That's what you spent all this time doing. So what shall you do?
I'm just thinking what Scout did. At least bridging some kind of option for dialogue here. Maybe. Sort of just gonna say to the big pterodactyls, or whatever they are, chaos pterodactyls, just let us pass.
Charisma times 5.
That's a 16.
Oh, goodness. Okay. Well, that means it understands you, and shrieks back at you and says, oh wait, you're Zork. Actually, you're not any of the others. That's going to be interesting. It will scream and says, Zort, that one. And starting at that moment, well, they cannot. They're finishing their action in just a couple of strike ranks, but they all respond and they all start screaming, Zort, Zort, Zort. But the voices are not the kind of human articulate. I mean, they weren't the most articulate creatures originally, but now they sound more like animals who are repeating a word rather than with some kind of meaning to them, but not actually engaged in dialogue. And so that's what has happened here. They are all looking at you. Wait, let's wait till Skava comes.
All right.
Wait till Helma comes back, and then we will. There.
Sorry.
That's okay. So to repeat, they are all looking at you, Nate, or rather Zord.
Yeah.
So then the next thing that will come in is Ikindu's action, which is his spell, and then and simultaneously it is their action. Now, so since the spell is kind of ready and they have all sort of changed up on their behavior a little bit, then I think Ikindu has the momentary advantage. Ikindu, you are going to cast Detect Trap, but are you attacking it, or sorry, are you casting it on your immediate situation? Is this the spell you want to cast now or not? I am not advising.
It was not in the immediate situation with the pterodactyls. When I was linked up
Right,
with,
exactly. Yeah.
I kind of figured out that it could be some kind of trap going on here. So I guess I'm casting it towards the big black thing that no one can see.
That's a very interesting point. This does not have a power. In fact, there is no... Wait, Detect Trap doesn't have a power versus power. You just detect, right? It's like the Detect Enemy spell. So, bam, the power is spent, and you will... The immediate effect of the spell is that no, it is not a trap, because what the spell detects is the intent to harm. So remember when you cast it in the mountaintop, those areas with the deceptive bushes where you could step through them and fall, those were deliberately cultivated. Those were deliberately left in place or arranged a little bit so that unwanted trespassers would actually step on them and fall. So there was an intent to harm there.